Alright guys, how y'all doing? Did you miss me? It's been a while. I'd say about a week, since I've last done a video or stream. How you guys doing? Sorry for the random disappearance. Again, I know I said I was going to be cutting back on this channel. And of course from the likes feels like it's not going to be changing anytime soon because I'm really not interested, really not interested in WB at all whatsoever. But I will try to do, some type of stream maybe tomorrow where I do kind of talk about a few, talking points with WWE. There's been some stuff going on. But last week was I was just too busy. I was working overtime last week. I was trying to get past. Remember at one point I talked about when I played through Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2? There was this one part where I got stuck on for days. Yeah, same thing happened, and I'm literally doing the same thing I did last time, and nothing's working. So, because of all that, me being tired, and just a lot going on, and my uncle's memorial, and a bunch of our plans, I kind of took a week off from YouTube. I didn't really, I took a week off. But I will, starting tonight, get back into the swing of things, get the Seinfeld reviews recorded, because I did watch the next disc, so I gotta get those, popping out for you guys to continue on there as well. And yeah, I am not, though, doing any card predictions for Extreme Rules. I haven't been keeping up with the product that much, and I'm not doing any premium predictions for Extreme Rules. I may do a review for Extreme Rules if I get to watch it, but I'm actually going on vacation next week. So I am not really going to be able to, I'm going to be coming back the day of Extreme Rules. So don't expect really much at all for that pay-per-view. Who knows? But tonight, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be reviewing last week's Dynamite first, which is going to be kind of brief. Well, a couple little things I'll talk about with last week's episode of Dynamite, because last week's episode was good. It was a good, it was a good Fallout show, but it wasn't like I don't know, it was kind of like a gentle Fallout that wasn't super duper groundbreaking because, you knew who you were expecting, but it was still a good show. And then, of course, I don't know if I may review the other Dynamite tonight, whatnot, but I definitely want to try tomorrow to do some type of a topic stream for WWE. If I have the time, of course, because I do have a viewing to go to. I had a recent teacher pass away that I wanted to go do there. Go do the viewing. And then Friday, I got plans. So, yeah. So I'm going to review both Dynamites, hopefully tonight. If not, I'll do tonight's Dynamite next week. Not next week, tomorrow. And we'll go from there. So, guys, it's good to be back. What's going on? This is the Club with the Man 93. We got Angela Morgan alive. Chat, thank you for joining me live, Angela. We are live again for last week's episode of AEW Dynamite, the September 8th, 2021 edition. It was a Fallout show from AEW All Out. One of my favorite shows I've definitely watched. It took place also in Cincinnati, Ohio. Of course, it was a homecoming episode for the very own Jon Moxley. And like I said, it was a good episode. I wouldn't say it was a groundbreaking episode, but it was good. It was a good Fallout show. I may give it a little bit higher of a grade than I was going to give it at first. But like I said, it felt like it was like a good, effective story. Like most shows in AEW felt lately, they haven't been like most Dynamites lately. I feel like haven't been like super duper groundbreaking, but they feel like they do the job, they hit the nail in the coffin, and they tell the stories. It's just not like when after you see a show like All Out, it's like it's kind of hard to set your expectations as high as All Out was, but still good. Not gonna knock it. But the show opened up with a match between Malachi Black and Dustin Rhodes. Solid. Malachi Black gets the win as he's taking out each member of the Nightmare family. And I think they announced that he is going to be having a match in 2 weeks. Well, next Wednesday, which is my birthday, by the way. I'll be 28. Holy smokes. At Arthur Ashe Stadium, which I don't know if I'll get to watch. Like I said, I'm gonna be out of town visiting my sister, so I don't know if I'm gonna get to watch it or not. But he will have the rematch with Cody Rhodes next week at Arthur Ashe Stadium. We also had a segment with Eddie Kingston and Miro discussing their feud, so obviously it doesn't seem like this feud is over yet. which I agree it should keep going. Like I said, they feel like it's a feud that like has a lot more potential to it that they haven't really dug into yet. So I'm good with them continuing their feud. Then CM Punk came out and talked about his in-ring return. He praised Darby Allin and Sting and the fans for the respect, and of course he's basically asked what's next. Out comes Team Taz and tells him not to mention facing any members of Team Taz, but then Punk confidently says he can beat any member of Team Taz. So I guess we're getting a few out of CM Punk and Team Taz. Works for me. I'd say though him and Ricky Starks is definitely a match I want to see. Him and Powerhouse Hobbs, fine. But I don't think that's as must-see of a match to me as him and Ricky Starks. I think if he go out there and have a great match with Darby Allin, I think he also have a great match with Ricky Starks. So I hope we do get that match down the line between them. Ruby Soho had a segment backstage where she was confronted by Britt Baker, who made the comment of how she was in catering for the last 4 years, shooting about how crappy WWE booked her. Man, Britt, you just don't hold back, sweetie. But that was a good segment. Their match is going to be happening sometime soon. Don't know when it's going to be. Then Powerhouse Hobbs defeated Dante Martin of Top Flight. We have Dan Lambert, who, again, I guess is now the manager of Ethan Page of Scorpio Sky, who criticizes AEW's recent acquisitions that they just picked up. And also, apparently, there's now sued that Scorpio Sky did actually sign a new 5-year deal with AEW, which, good. Because I did hear some rumors around Double or Nothing that his contract was about to expire, and he was considering leaving and going to WWE. Because he basically said he just wanted to say that he went to WWE. Cool, good for you, but they would have treated you like crap. Just like everyone else is being treated like crap right there, right now. And I'm glad he chose to stay. And I still think there's some good potential with him and Ethan Page as a tag team. I like what they're doing with them as a tag team. Matt Hardy also, he wants to shave Orange Cassidy's hair, but he was just like, whatever, doesn't faze him. We had this segment. We had MJF come out. Obviously, he's in a bad mood because of what happened at All Out. By the way, in case you didn't see the post I posted on Twitter a couple days ago, I did go see Fozzy live in Pittsburgh at Jurgles in Warrendale Sunday night. Awesome show. Jericho did sing 3 of my favorite Fozzy songs, which are those songs are Painless, Sandpaper, and Judas. I thought first he was not going to be doing Judas, but of course he ended up doing it it was the second to last song, and then it was Dirty Deeds. But I was just like, you are not going to go through a Fozzy concert without singing Judas, but he did it. But MJF calls Cincinnati a dumpster fire while calling the fans cowards. He then also insults Brian Pillman's daughter, which brings out Brian Pillman Jr., who calls MJF a jerk-off. But then MJF calls Pillman's mother Methany, basically taking shots at their family's drug issues, adding that she should have swallowed. But then of course Pillman snaps, and it was interesting because it felt like it was one big highlight of the night. Like Brian Pillman Jr.'s family is just stuck as like a tag team in the Varsity Blondes, but in his hometown, they made him stand out a little bit. It was a nice way to put him over, and I was intrigued. So I guess we're getting a feud now with MJF and Brian Pillman Jr. See where it goes. I'm interested. Ruby Soho then defeated Jamie Hayter in her first one-on-one match in AEW, who again got a very great reaction. But then after the match, Britt takes out Ruby, but then Rio and Chris Statlander came out to even the odds in make it 3-on-3 basically. So a 6-woman tag match at some point down the line, not yet, of course. Dark Order was bickering again, but then Anna Jay came in and laid down the law. They're still teasing the Dark Order breakup. FTR and Shawn Spears then defeated the Dark Order, which again, and then the Dark Order imploded and started brawling with each other after the match. So, yeah, a lot of people are still saying they think this is going to split the Dark Order into Hangman Adam Page's Dark Order, and whenever he comes back from, his wife having a kid, or if he is married now, I can't remember, and Bray Wyatt coming in and having his portion of the Dark Order. We'll wait and see if that works, but it will be interesting. That's the direction they're going. Dark Order, cool, because so I feel like they do need a little bit more of a direction because, them being, Brody Lee's buddies, great, but it's definitely starting to wear off. So, we definitely need to get some juice going for the Dark Order again. Tully Blanchard puts Darby Allin and Sting on notice. I think we're having a tag match with them coming up, I think. I can't remember exactly what it was. Brian Pillman Jr. also tells Tony Khan to give him a match with MJF at, it's taking place at Arthur Ashe Stadium. I'm interested. Then we have this segment. Oh boy. Tony Schiavone is out there to interview the Elite with Don Callis, who first claims that the NXT tag titles were stolen from the Young Bucks, but also praised everything else good that happened at All Out, including they found their best friend, and which was Adam Cole, who came out, and the first thing he does, which you kind of wanted this would happen, I love that they did this. He gets in Tony Schiavone's face, who has been good buddies with Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. In case you guys are late to know, Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and Adam Cole, baby, are a thing, and they have been all this time. He comes out and basically threatens Schiavone, and tells him he'll beat him up if he takes another look at Dr. Britt Baker in the wrong manner. And he tells him to get out, and Tony got out. And of course, the question again is, who wants to hear story time with Adam Cole, baby? So he says he has completed the Elite and will make his in-ring debut next week, and I believe it'll be against the Elite Hunter, Frankie Kazarian. Kenny Omega then complains about being interrupted at All Out, which of course brings out the man who interrupted him, Bryan Danielson. Omega asks to be alone with Danielson, and Bryan says he faces Omega. He suggests facing him, but then Danielson knows he is better than Omega, and then they brawl and he locks in the LaBelle lock before the Elite storm to the ring, and then Jurassic Express come out and even the numbers, clearing the ring of the Elite. And I can't remember, but apparently on Dynamite was it announced that we're getting Bryan and Omega, or are we getting like the big tag match or so? I can't remember what it was, but something is happening at the Arthur Ashe Stadium next week on my birthday. But that'll be good. Also, I must address this now. Let's talk about the elephant in the room really quick here. So, remember recently where apparently we were told that Adam Cole, Baby, had a meeting with Vince that apparently went really, really well? Well, the idea for Adam Cole going to the main roster to me is just insulting. If Adam Cole stayed, he would have gone to the main roster, had his name changed, because they do not want him having the same name as Michael Cole, which Adam Cole is much more superior than Michael Cole. And they wanted him to be a manager for Keith Lee, because WWE is so obsessed with turning Keith Lee heel. Repeat that again. WWE's best way to have Adam Cole to stay and not go to AEW was for him to be a stinking manager for Keith Lee, a guy who doesn't even need a manager. And two, why can't you have him wrestle in the damn ring? That's literally another AJ Styles, another Shawn Michaels caliber wrestler you got right there that you easily let slip away. You knew you would go to war with having him stay instead of going to AEW. And the best you could do is a manager? For a guy, again, who didn't need one. And apparently, from what I heard also, Adam Cole did consider it. The only thing he had asked, though, for was that he still be allowed to play his Twitch streams. But no, wasn't allowed to. He got out. I would have gone out the moment manager came up. Adam Cole is too good of a wrestler to literally just be a talker. Yes, he's great on a microphone. Who wants to hear story time with Adam Cole, baby? I'm ready. And the story about you being a manager would be awful. Awful. I can't believe Adam Cole even considered it. That's just an insult to me. An insult, the fact that the best way WWE could try to get him to stay was to make him a manager for Keith Lee and change his name. You really think the guy... I would have instantly walked out as soon as I heard manager. He considered it was just his choice, but that was really the best WWE could do to try to get him not leave to go to AEW. Wow. What an insult. Such an insult. The show then ends with Jon Moxley taking on Minoru Suzuki in a good match. Moxley wins and he celebrates with his hometown crowd after the match, as he should have. And yeah, that's AEW. I gave it a B from last week. Last week's show was good. I gave it a B. It's 8 o'clock now, so looking forward to seeing what they do tonight. So I'm getting ready to head down there. But quickly, live chat. Tyler gave it a B minus, and JR says Keith Lee needs to just quit and go to AEW. Yeah, he should. As you'll see whenever I do my WWE stream, like, I literally have zero interest in WWE right now. Like, I haven't even watched since SummerSlam. I really haven't watched anything at all for WWE. I really haven't. But yep, that's my review from the last episode of Dynamite. Again, sorry it came late, but like I said, I was too busy, and also trying to beat a part in Harry Potter that I can't beat because my computer sucks. But maybe that'll change. But like I said, I'm going to watch Dynamite now, and maybe review the other Dynamite from tonight, if not sometime tomorrow. So guys, what are your thoughts again on AEW Dynamite from last week's episode? Leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. Slap a like on the video, subscribe for more content on my channel, and follow me on Twitter at DemandAirBoy93. Until then, guys, I'll see you guys later on for tonight's AEW review. Until then, guys, I check it out. Have a good night. Peace out, everybody.